Hey guys, it's Sunday evening and I'm about to do a video for you, but first I just made some tea and I have to go to 7-Eleven and get myself a nice yummy cookie. Walt's favorite things to do, going for a little car ride. Excitement for the both of us. I got my cookie and he gets to drive. Well, he doesn't get to drive. He gets to take a little ride at night. Whatever you do, always stop at a stop sign. I learned that lesson the hard way once. It's a $500 ticket or some shit. Never again. Oh yes, here is the cookie. Oh, it's so good. And it's vegan, so it's really, really good. I like it, and it has 16 grams of protein. Can't go wrong with that. I ran today and I ran yesterday, so I'm really proud of myself. Yay! I'm gonna stick with it, but today I was gonna treat myself with some little cookie, and it's so good. With some chai tea and coconut milk and my favorite New York cup. I wanted to talk about something that I've been interested in for a while now, cryptocurrency, and why I'm bringing this up. It's really interesting. In late November, I bought my first Bitcoin, and I honestly, I have to admit, I didn't know anything about it. I heard about it. I didn't know what the hell it was and what it even meant, and it took me a while to wrap my mind around it. But then I was really, I love the technology. I love the concept, you know, and digital currency, that's just our future. I mean, let's face it. And decentralization, I mean, hello, you know, without the banks and without the government involved, brilliant. But why I'm bringing this up is I was out with a friend and somehow I mentioned something about Bitcoin. Oh yeah, Bitcoin is down, and I just bought some more on a dip. And the first thing out of her mouth is like, oh my God, it's so gonna go down. It's like completely dying. You know, I just heard it on the news. And I started laughing because it's amazing. The mainstream media, like, do not believe everything you hear in the mainstream media. It's so manipulative and so, most of the time, wrong. You know, one of the latest news about in the crypto world was that India is banning it. And it's not true. They are just putting more restrictions on it. They're not banning anything. So it's just like it gets twisted so easily that, you know, people get either scared or they just like get out because they're freaking out. And if you are in this space, I would love to know how many of you are actually in this space or interested in getting into the space. I'll be more than happy to explain to you a bit more about it. And I also post some links below from some channels that I follow that I think are amazing, like Data Dash, Crypto Bobby. He's a great one. Oh my God, there's a bunch. Who else? I can't think right now. But there's Ivan on tech. He's a tech guy, a programmer who is really great at explaining things. So, you know, don't believe everything you hear in the media. And if you're in the space, the last thing you want to do is get out now. You know, especially if you got in late like me. And it's kind of ironic too, because when I say I got in late, I thought I'm missing out, and that's why I got in like at 1600. My first purchase was 1300, and I got some more at 16 because I was like, oh my God, it's like going to the moon, and I want to jump on it. It's just the beginning phase, so I don't think it is too late to be in the space. Obviously, we all, if we haven't been in it, you know, before, we all missed the big opportunity back when Bitcoin was like, I don't know, $20, $300, you know, below 1,000. Yes, you would have been really well off, but would have, could have, should have, doesn't really matter now. We're here, right now. So I'm just telling you, do not buy all the BS you hear from the mainstream media. And remember that, of course, they are scared of it because it's not government controlled and it's not run by the banks, and people trust banks for whatever weird reason. I don't even know why you would trust a bank more or your government. Very ironic. But so if they are scared of something, they either dismiss it or they bash it. they try to destroy it. So it is very normal. Adaptation will take some time, and the technology is still not completely perfected. So there's a lot of things, speed, transactions, fees. There's a lot of things that are still being worked out. So it's not going to be an instant, like, perfect world. It's still a new, very fairly new technology that is being developed. But the people behind it are the most brilliant, one of the smartest people in the world. So would you really think that the smartest people in the world would just, like, get into something that is doomed to fail? No. It may not be exactly the way it is now, and I still totally have faith in Bitcoin. I'm not worried that it's going kind of down at the moment. It's kind of lingering in the 8,000, around 8,000. I don't even know what it was earlier, and I'm only looking at it because I'm talking to you guys right now. It says on CoinMarketCap, it says 8,297. So, but it's been gone down to like 7,500, and it could go even lower. Who knows? But you know what? If you are in the space and you are, especially if you really want to invest into Bitcoin, my advice to you, and I'm not a financial advisor, but my advice to you that I'm giving to myself is long-term hold. HODL. That's the way to say it in the crypto lingo. So don't be scared. And if you're new to the space, I think it's exciting. It's our future, and I want to be part of this. I think it's amazing. One of my goals has been to invest my money, not all of it, but some of my money that I want to, I want my money to grow. And it's all about diversification. Don't put all your money in it, obviously, but I think it's, even if you just put $100 in it, I know it's not going to be a lot, but hey, if it does go to the moon, $100 could still make you a little bit of money. But you want to be part of this, right? Like, I mean, I do. That's the bottom line. I do. And you may have a totally, completely different opinion, and I respect that. But in the comment section, please let me know if you're in it or not, if you're interested in getting into it or not. And if you're in it, what have you purchased? Like, what does your portfolio look like? I only have actually mostly Bitcoin. I have some Litecoin, and I have a few altcoins, including I have Tron, and I have Dragon Chain, and I also have what else do I have? I think I have one or two more. So yeah, don't be smart about it, but don't buy everything the media tells you. Like, listen to both sides, and also think about the motives, because this market is obviously very volatile, because there's a lot of confusion going on. There's always something new that's popping up. There's a lot of scams happening. That's why I also recommend, if you are into the space, if you are in the space and you have some money, some crypto, make sure that you store it on a cold wallet, off your computer, you know what I mean? I have the Nano Ledger, which I have to do it myself. I have my stuff. I have a wallet on my desktop, but I want to put it on a cold wallet and just like store it, because I'm going long term. But that's my advice, and I have the links in the comment section below. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but like, I put my Coinbase link there as well. It's a referral link, so I'll get $10 worth of Bitcoin, and so do you when you spend your first $100. It's still the best way to get in. I know there's Robinhood. That's just a new exchange that it just, I think they just opened like a couple days ago. You could use that too. I haven't used it yet. But I like Coinbase because it's really simple. It's very simple. You can buy Ethereum, you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy Litecoin, and you can buy Bitcoin Cash. But if you're interested in getting into the space, let me know how it feels for you, what you think about it. And if you want to discuss it more, I'll be more than happy to do a few more videos about that. I wanted to briefly bring that up because I didn't share that with you guys yet. And the conversation with my friend just made me really think about that. Like, oh my God, like, it really depends who you talk to. It's either the person is like totally a programmer and into the technology, or somebody just doesn't know about it at all, or that person is just like completely, oh hell no, like I just heard on the news, like it's crashing, it's horrible, and it's being banned here and it's being banned there. Again, think about it. Anything that doesn't involve the government, obviously there's going to be resistance. That just it's a logical thing. And also, when people say, oh, it could be worth nothing tomorrow, well, your fiat money, is it really that safe? Like, I mean, they print however much they want to print, and the traditional stock market could crash too, and your money could be worth zero as well. So think about that. Nothing in life really is a guarantee. I know in the traditional stock market, they say like, cut your losses and then just like get out. I think this would be a terrible mistake to get out in crypto with Bitcoin. I think with the alts, maybe if you see like an altcoin that you invested and it had like a nice run, that might be a good idea to get out if they are, if you're not 100% sure what they are doing, what the technology is actually doing. Because I think a lot of coins don't really have a purpose yet. They have this white paper and they have all these ideas, but is it actually being used? Is it actually, can I apply it to anything, or is it just a theory? And so that's why I'm really careful with altcoins at this moment. But I'm in it, and I'm going to keep adding some, not all at once. Stacking is really important, just a little at a time. Don't put all of it in once, like saying, oh, Bitcoin is 8,200 something, I'm going to buy $1,000 worth of it. I personally wouldn't do it. I would do maybe like 250 or something, and then wait another week and then put another 250 in, or maybe even just 100. I've actually done just like $100 at a time, like at certain prices. So that's my advice. And I've spent quite some time learning about it, where I actually didn't do music at all. And I was like, oh my God, I got to stop, watching videos like all day long. But there's so much to learn. So every day now I do like about an hour of watching some of the guys I'm following and just watching them talk about stuff and learning more about the technology, about certain companies, and just keeping up to date with it, But I'm in it for the long run, so I'm not going to be checking every day, like, beating myself up that, oh my God, I could have gotten in at this price. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but in the sense, I'm not freaking out. I'm going to stay calm. I'm just going to think long term and not worry about it. Okay, because while all of this is happening and like getting more and more into the mainstream, there will be a lot of conflict, and there will be a lot of bad news popping up every time, and there will be a lot of companies that turn to shit. But I don't think that's going to happen to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the originator. Bitcoin is the granddaddy of it all. So I don't see that happening. Also, moving into the traditional stock market, I think is a good idea. I think it's just good to diversify in general, right? Like whenever you do investments, and that's one of my main goals this year is to just like invest some of my money. And you don't have to have a lot of money to start investing, but I think just starting at some point and showing the universe, okay, I'm ready to just like build my wealth. That's just the smart way to do it. All the rich people do that. All the wealthy people do that. All the smart people do that. So I think we could all be a bit smarter about our money and make our money work for us versus us working so hard for our money, The traditional, what you're being taught in school is just like bullshit. When they say, just like, go to school, get good grades, then go to college, get yourself in debt, and go get a job, and then, get that house, get the car, have that family, and get your 2 weeks of vacation. What what kind of life is that? That's not life. That's not living life. I think I've done a good job at just being more conservative, like being more minimalistic in my lifestyle. I don't do a lot of crazy things. Like I don't really go out and drink, once in a while, but I don't really spend a lot of money on that. I used to buy clothes all the time that I would never wear. So I don't really do that anymore. I think cutting expenses might be the first step to building your wealth, I will work on the NAM video next, but I really wanted to post this because it was on my mind, and that conversation really like stirred it up, where I was like, oh my God, I want to talk about this. Have a great week. Please hit the like button if you like that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye.